Hey guys, today I will show you the deck profile of the deck Dinos, which I think is like brilliant in this format because it's like the absolute meta killer, because a lot of guys don't expect that, and it recently won a championship in New Zealand, I guess. So I tried to test this deck, and yeah, I just saw the video like 5 minutes ago, but I tested this deck in our last locals and our box tournament, and on the box tournament I got second, the rest I got first. And I really like this deck because this is a deck that, or this is I think one of the only decks that really can go second even if you don't like hand trap them through. I mean, it makes it easier if you draw a hand trap, but thanks to Miscellaneous, it's like easier to break a board, and it also can go first. This is what I would also do going first, because your board that you can make with, like, for example, Dolka and UCT plus hand traps is often enough to stop their play, and then you just OTK them in the next turn. It makes it easier than just breaking the board. Yeah, I think the attempt that everyone tries to go second is a little bit false, but we play enough cards that if you go second, that you can also win the first game, because the hardest card to break with this deck is the Ditron deck with their no special summoning. I don't know how the guide is called in English, but yeah, I will show you the deck and I will show you or say you my thoughts to every card. The thing is, I maybe would change like 1 to 2 cards, or you can change it if you don't like it, because this is a 42 card deck and you can make it 41 and cut 2 cards and add 1 other card. So yeah, this is the deck. I will start with the main deck. I think like the main deck is in the start pretty self-explanatory. We play 3 Oviraptor, 3 Miscellaneous, and 2 of the new guy or newer guy. This is like the standard lineup. Some of you play 1, but I would play 2 because sometimes you draw it and then you need to second one. Then we have Giant Rex. I wouldn't cut it because this card makes OTKs easier, and this card makes the first turn much better, because you can just, if you start with a normal summon of this, you can dump this from Oviraptor, then banish it, and then you can have the same board. So yeah, if you start with this one and no Oviraptor, you and the baby, and then you can with this card you can make the same board, otherwise not. Then we start with 4 babies. Some guys play 2 and 1, or 3 of this and none of this, but this card makes this card and this card better in the effect, or in the aspect that you can just make the Pankratops if your board gets broken, and Pankratops in the like simplified game state is pretty good. A lot of people underestimate the card, so I would play a lot of babies just because of this card. If you draw this with a baby, you have full board. Yeah, then we play 2 UCT and 1 Pankratops, and this is like these are the boss monsters. There were 2 times where I would like to have more boss monsters, because on the one time I won either way, but on the second time all of my monsters got outed and then I couldn't win anymore. So I put this in the deck because you often can banish those and you can put them back with Potlus, and sometimes you draw this, and often I would just make the same board and keep this in hand, because when they break the board you can just like surprise them with just summoning it, because they try to negate Oviraptor, so you can't get to your second one. So you just normal Oviraptor, they negate it, and then you just summon it and win. But if they can out the second one, you have to need this card, otherwise you will lose. So yeah, I play this. Even if you draw it, you can just discard it, or you can just destroy it and get the second pill or something. So it's like, it's good enough. Yeah, then we play a lot of hand traps, because this deck like relies on at least 1 or 2 hand traps. We play good ones for every deck. This hand trap lineup is like for my region, because we have a lot more virtual world players than Ditron players, but I would change it differently when you go to big events, or to go to like Ditron heavy events, but yeah, we play 3 Gamma, we play 3 Ash Blossom because they are pretty self-explanatory. This is like the best hand drop I guess right now, and this is just like to out every single deck because this is effective against every deck, and we have a lot of Rogue too. I play 2 Lancea because we have a lot of virtual worlds, but otherwise I would just play yeah, I would play Droll definitely. If you go to a bigger tournament I would play Droll. And then we have 2 Nibiru. I only play the 2 Nibiru because we have Rogue around and a lot of back row heavy decks. So this card and this card is like dead against them, and only these hand traps count. But I also show to you later, I play Dark Ruler no more against like combo decks, so this hand trap lineup against combo should be enough. What you can do is like in a 42 variant, I would put like those into the side deck and play the Kaiju to get around big monsters, and I would play 2 Drolls instead. So you put these out, then you put the Kaiju in and put 2 Drolls out and these into the side deck too. But yeah, then we have 3 Fossil Deck, like best searcher card, 2 pills. If you only play 1 and you have it in hand, your combo is like that, so you need those. Then I play only 2 of the field spell and 1 Mystic Mine. This is a very good extender, and this card is itself really good, but I couldn't find the space to put the 3rd one in because I really didn't want to play more than 42 cards. And you could say that you put 1 hand trap out and put like the 3rd one in it. I would understand it. If you think that way, it's fine, totally fine. This card is amazing, but I tried to go like just the Michelin source and Oviraptor around. Then like the plus 1 card, it's like, yeah, you have to play this. And then I play the 2 Dark Ruler because I'm really afraid of the no special summoning guy. And yeah, if you just have like Gamma or just have Ash, they just search with their second Ben 10 the no special summoning guy and just like normal it, and that's their whole board, but it's enough against you, so you need to negate it and then you just win. Yeah, this is the main deck. Tell me what you think about it. Now we go to the extra deck. I play 3 Dolka and 1 Lagia because yeah, I think this is more impactful than this one, but you also can play 2/2, it's fine, but I often banish 2 of those, so I was very glad that I play 3 of them. Then I play 1 Baguska, for example against Virtual Worlds. You just make this and they can't really make their board because everything gets defense, and yeah, they can't really get very far. I mean, you could say that you can just that they can do VFD, but only with a perfect hand, so yeah, this is often enough. And even then you have you can do other stuff. And then this one should be a second Dweller. I couldn't find the second one. I have 3 of them, but I don't know where. But I played 2 Dweller because this is like against, yeah, a lot of decks very good, because you can against Ditron it's more or less insta win. Against Invoked and Shadol variants it's really good, and yeah, this card saved me a lot of games. I play 1 Tornado Dragon. This is against Eldritch, nothing else, maybe Zodiac, but yeah. Then you have to play the 2 Secure Gardener and 2 Linkaribos. I said it the wrong way around, but yeah. And this is just to make the spell, the pill, go live, for nothing else really. One time I just make this to make Phoenix underneath, because in the last variant I play only 1 Dweller and Phoenix, but because I really made Phoenix only once for Norl, like not a great reason, I just decided to cut it. But yeah, then I play the Pinterest bug, I guess it's called in English, just to make piercing damage. You don't really need it, but it's helpful. Then I have the Gamma package with Landa and Omega, because sometimes you draw two of the Gamma, and then it's really helpful to have this one. Or the first turn, if you start because you want to start, you can just make this and a Dolka and a UCT, and yeah, you have the Gamma in hand. You can already you can also use them. It's very good. And Omega is like nuts when you go first, and they have to Gamma the Michelin source, otherwise they know you get in the combo. They have to negate it, and then you just Gamma them and make Omega take another card, and it's amazing to play them. Yeah, then I play the third Nibiru. Like I said, we only have like very little Dytron players, so yeah, I decided to play 2 Drolls and 1 Skullmeister because we have a lot of Shadows too, and Skullmeister is better against Shadows. I just want to play a card that is good against Shadows and against Dytron, so I play only 2. Yep, just because I play Dark Ruler also. Otherwise I would play 3 Drolls. Yeah, then against Backrow hate like 3 Lightning Storm, 2 Twin Twister. I thought that discarding in Dino is really good because you can just discard the Misk and stuff, but you really need the effects, so I would change them into Cosmic Cyclones, but I only drew those and not those ones, so it really didn't matter for me. But yeah, I don't think that this card should be played in Dinos. You just play Cosmic Cyclones or MST or anything like that, and then the 1 Feather Duster, and then the red Reboot, because if you drop this and UCT, it's win. And the best trap right now, I think the best trap right now, Dimensional Barrier, because yeah, you have Ritual Summoning, you have a whole turn, you have Synchro Summoning and Virtual Worlds, you have the whole turn because they can't really do anything with Xyz. They can't go into VFD, and they can just make the 6-1, and it's like nothing for you. So yeah. And then Shadows is a fusion deck, or Invoke 2. You can just put this in. It's like amazing, I guess. And what I like about this deck, that it isn't really reliant on the extra decks. So if you have only like yeah, if you can just stay on UCT, and they can't do like effects where, for example, Shadow Fusion can't get their effect, or with the what's called, with the Dogmatica stuff, it's harder for them. Yeah. What do you think of this deck? I think I explained everything. Kaiju is really good. You can, like I said, you can play it also because you can search it. Try it out, test it for yourself, but I think this is a really good deck. Yeah. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please show it in the comments down below and give a like, so I know I can make more content like this for you. And yeah, see you later.